No one had ever survived alone on Mars for 7 days, yet the man before us was stranded on this planet with no signs of life, living for a whole month, and that wasn't even the worst part, because all his teammates thought the man was already dead. On Earth, over 60 million kilometers from Mars, the man's superiors also declared him dead, and held a funeral for him, because while the man was on the Mars mission, he was accidentally struck by debris from the communications antenna, and at that time, a superstorm was raging. He shouldn't have been able to survive. For the sake of the other teammates, the commander ordered the launch of the rocket to return to Earth. Then they completely lost contact with the man. What no one expected was that Jack actually survived the superstorm. According to his calculations, if he started rationing food now, he could survive on Mars for 400 days, but after 400 days, he would starve to death, and the next astronaut mission from Earth wouldn't be for another 4 years. In order to hold out until his compatriots arrived, Jack did something impossible. He planned to grow 3 years worth of rations on Mars. Jack sealed the entire lab with plastic sheeting. He dug up Martian soil and spread it on the floor. He then used a shovel to dig furrows in preparation for planting. Then Jack carefully cut open the bags of his teammates' packaged feces. He poured all of it into plastic containers. The exceptionally pungent smell made Jack constantly feel like vomiting. Afterwards, Jack placed the fertilizer beneath the soil, and then planted potato halves on top of the waste, so the potatoes could fully absorb the nutrients. And now came the most critical step. Only enough water would allow the crops to survive. Coincidentally, Jack was a biologist. He knew that burning hydrogen and oxygen could produce water, so Jack eagerly extracted from the spacecraft several hundred liters of rocket fuel. He planned to use a catalyst to decompose it into nitrogen and hydrogen. Then, he would generate water by burning the hydrogen. And with Jack's careful setup, the experiment finally reached its last step. But the moment the flame ignited, an explosion occurred. Jack nearly lost his life because of it. It was then he suddenly realized that the air humans exhale also contains oxygen, and Jack hadn't calculated the oxygen content he was breathing out. After modifying the experiment setup, Jack put on his suit and carefully ignited the hydrogen again. He finally succeeded. Water slowly began to form from the burning flame. By day 54, Jack finally saw a glimmer of hope for survival. A green plant sprout was seen pushing through the soil, and as the days went by, the harvest season finally arrived.